This video is for Module 4, Learning Unit 1, Problem-Based Learning, Active Learning, and Cooperative Learning. Active learning involves students directly and engages them actively in the learning process itself. Therefore, as opposed to traditional teaching learning systems, when using active didactic methodologies and strategies, students show a higher interest and motivation, and they become more involved in the teaching learning process. Besides, it enables developing higher thinking skills, such as key competences for sustainability. Therefore, in the framework of the present project, participatory teaching and learning methods will allow developing proper attitudes and values towards sustainability, while empowering learners to take action for sustainable development. Active learning is an approach to instruction that involves actively engaging students with the course material through discussions, problem solving, case study, role plays, and other methods. Therefore, they are learning strategies focused on the student and on achieving their training in a given discipline through an active and constructive process. These methodologies act in contrast to traditional teaching, where students are limited to receiving, in a rather passive way, a series of concepts and knowledge presented by the teacher. They can be defined as interactive teaching learning processes based on active communication and interconnection between teachers, students, and teaching material. These methodologies take as their main starting point the interests of the students, trying to help them acquire the necessary skills for their working and daily lives. The teacher becomes a guide and facilitator of learning, contextualizing knowledge to real situations in today's world and reorientating students' needs throughout the process. Active and participatory methodologies are based on Piaget's theory of cognitive development, which analyzes the way in which humans gradually acquire, construct, and analyze different types of knowledge. The main characteristics of active teaching learning methodologies are: the students adopt a leading role with a very high level of involvement and a self-reflective role. Learning is conceived as a constructive rather than a receptive process. Context based on everyday situations and problems in the real world and in professional practice. The learning acquired by these methodologies is applicable to other subjects as well as to real life. And assessment is a visible and transversal process. These educational practices are focused on the development of competences by the students, which is specified in the following goals: to make students responsible for their own learning, to ensure that students learn in a practical way useful and concrete knowledge that they will encounter in their daily and working lives, to encourage critical and reflective thinking about the world around them. Students should ask questions and not only know how to give answers. Develop students' ability to search for, select, analyze, and evaluate information, and to develop individual autonomy and responsibility, as well as teamwork and group awareness. These active teaching methodologies have many advantages, such as better understanding of the world and how to interact and intervene in a more positive way. Students' interests are associated much more directly with the contents of the curriculum, increasing their motivation and interest. Participation, debate, and communication between teachers and students and critical thinking are encouraged. Learning through inquiry, discovery, and practical experience. Receiving frequent and immediate feedback helps students correct misconceptions and develop a deeper understanding. A very appropriate methodological framework for the development of competences for sustainability. These are some examples of active learning methodologies. However, there are plenty of techniques and strategies which can be ordered according to complexity and classroom time commitment. Despite the advantages that this method can offer, education experts also note some challenges or limitations, such as it can be difficult to engage students and get them to work through the materials before coming to class. The amount of time teachers need to spend preparing the lesson is greater than if they were teaching a lecture only. It can complicate the fulfillment of the educational programs designed for each subject. It requires more spontaneous and flexible lesson plans and limits the amount of material that can be presented at once. And it can create the potential for distractions if students are not monitored. In any case, there are strategies to overcome the negative aspects of active teaching methodologies. It is advisable to start slowly with simple techniques and activities. Use low impact, low minute strategies that are not risky and that avoid making learners feel insecure or uncomfortable. As the teacher and learners gain experience, they may decide to move on to more complex activities. Thank you so much for watching this video. And if you would like any more information on this presentation or on the Go Green project, please visit the Go Green portal. And thank you to the European Union for funding this project.